When I went to E1, that was in the year 1962, Mr. Langlands came to our class of E1 and he was taking English and mathematics.
As an English teacher, I found a new change in the way of teaching.
I was probably his worst student. I was very, very bad at maths.
When I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives.
It was a lot of fun with him. Right? The one thing you remember about him, that you never messed with him, but I never saw him really punish anybody.
And the 7 wives had something else of 7, and then who had 7 mice. So how many were going to St. Ives?
I would say he's one of the only, or very few pious people I've seen in my life.
Together. Only one. I was going to say that.
I'm missing my car. Does anybody know where my car is?
Tell us the story of Major Langland's car.
Mr. Langlands had a very small,
Mini.
Mini Minor.
Mini minor.
We all looked at each other and we sort of had this smile on our face and we said, no sir, we don't. And that was the end of that. And later on we found, a few days later, the car was found at the deep end of the swimming pool. And we were all discussing what situation the car must have been in. So that's one episode. I don't remember, I don't think anybody knows who actually did the deed.
In Urdu, I would say, उनमें से नेक लोग कितने हैं? And that is something that people cannot point out very many. But I would say that Mr. Langlands is a pious and a neck admi.
We went to Kachakoni Pass and he was leading the delegation.
Right? That his love for the mountains was a very early revelation to us.
So I remember once this trip we took, and it was basically we had to walk from near Murray, and we had to walk all the way to Ahmedabad.
I remember that while we were still going up to the 18,000 feet, the ultimate destination, he was already coming back. He used to climb so fast.
And Mr. Langlands would, he would go ahead, and then he would put little pieces of paper, all along, the route.
He was the only one these Pathans trusted to resolve their problems. He had so much stature, and because of his character, that these tribals would actually turn to him.
One of our classmates, Mr. Wali Mazari, he got lost. And everybody had arrived by the evening and he didn't. So Mr. Langlands, with the help of a couple of boys, he went all the way back, on the route, and finally found him somewhere where he was perched on a tree.
We were playing an inter-house cricket match, and he was standing as the umpire. And I tried to pull a full-blooded full toss, missed it, and got bowled. So he asked me to walk over to him, and I went to him and said, "How stupid are you?"
He made those guys feel so comfortable, they became friends with everybody. They were gentlemen.
They were good guys anyway.
And I believe when he was kidnapped by the Taliban,
That was much later.
in the tribal area, even they got so impressed with him that they released him because they'd never met a guy who was so committed.
In that way, there was a lot of connection between him and me. Of course, he had connection with everyone, but I felt that he was a great person, a great teacher, and he was a good man, still is.
A teacher who was caring, and at the same time, he maintained a discipline.
And he's one of those few people in our lives who are an example for us to follow. And I feel very privileged to have been taught by him.
So everybody and anybody who's ever come across Major G.B. Langlands, Langy as we used to call him, has always been overwhelmed by him.
People have started realizing the beauty of Pakistan now, but he had a fairly good idea, and he would make these treks, and of course we would enjoy that so much.
Cheers to Major Langlands. A personality that comes once in a millennium.
Thank you very much for your time, sir. It was a great pleasure being in your company and talking to you about your wonderful and illustrious life.
Yeah.
I do wish you the best in the future. Thank you.